So in today's video, we're going to be speaking about how to improve your English when you are completely alone. Hopefully some of these tips will be useful to you, and I hope that you'll get to use some of these in your day-to-day routine. So if you don't know me already, my name's Carl. I'm an English language coach. I help non-native English speakers upgrade their English, not just for their professional lives, but for their personal lives as well. Now, the first tip on the list is watching TV in English. So this could be watching your latest show in English, watching English videos on YouTube. You can treat this as a good way to involve English practice in your downtime. So when you've had a long day at work and you want to relax and get a little bit of time to yourself, this is a good way where you can relax and also practice your English at the same time. So if you ask me, there's no better way to make yourself feel productive whilst binge watching a show on Netflix. But all jokes aside, there are great benefits to watching TV in English, as what this will do is allow you to listen to a range of accents in the language. Listening to different characters will allow you to train your ear and improve your understanding, and at the same time, this will help for your English speaking practice as well. The second tip is talking to yourself and thinking in English. Now, this is something that you can do from almost anywhere. This is something that can be done whilst you are driving, when you go for a walk, when you're laying in bed in the evening. This is something that you can do in almost anywhere, which makes it something really easy for you to do and incorporate into your daily and weekly routines. Now, the real benefit of thinking in English and talking to yourself in English is that your brain will always be consuming the language. Therefore, it will only feel more and more natural for you to speak in English. And it's a great tip for you to try when alone, as you are not relying on anybody else in this situation. You will be able to practice and think in English for as long as you want. And the third tip on the list is listening to audiobooks and podcasts. This is also something that you can do on the go and also from the comfort of your own home as well. When learning the German language, I have found listening to audiobooks and podcasts to be the method of learning which has allowed me to see the most improvement in my language learning. I believe you need to be totally immersed in the language, and I think that listening to audiobooks and podcasts does that in the perfect way. I typically like to listen to podcasts when driving, as typically during this time your mind wanders, and most times you couldn't actually pinpoint what you were thinking about during a journey. So I like to make this time a little bit more productive, listen to a podcast, and even if I do zone out, I'm still taking in the information subconsciously. So why not give these tips a try? These are some simple ways that you can incorporate language learning into your everyday. And in these cases, you are able to do these with little to no effort, and it's something that you can do completely alone as well. So I'd love to hear if you find these useful to yourself as well. That's watching TV, TV shows, and YouTube in English, thinking and speaking to yourself in English so that your brain is always thinking on and practicing the language. And finally, listening to audiobooks and podcasts that you're taking in the information, listening to a range of accents, and then being able to use the practice of listening to these podcasts and audiobooks to improve your speaking skills as well. So if you like this video, I think you'll like the video I also made recently on how to improve your English more quickly and see faster progress. I'll link that video at the end, so make sure you check that one out as well. But until the next time, start upgrading your English today. Take care and keep moving forward.